Hey guys, it's Louie here with Wood Unlimited, and in today's video tutorial, I've got some tips for you on how you can get perfect results when laser engraving water bottles every single time. And the best part is, you can mostly do it with items that you've got laying around the house. Sound interesting? Well, if so, stay tuned. Alright, so we're out here in the garage and we're at the laser, and I've got my water bottle here and I'm getting ready to do an engraving. So tip number one is going to be mark the bottle at the center point where you want your design. So I see a lot of times people are making bottles and the design, it may be, here diagonal across the front. So then when that person gets that bottle, it's not very aesthetic. So especially if you're doing a batch of bottles. So let's say you're going to do an entire basketball team or football team set of water bottles, and on one bottle the logo's here, and then on another bottle the logo's here, and the other one is on the back as far as the orientation with the handle. So what you want to do is go ahead and mark your bottles all to have the same orientation before you start. And I'm not saying which right or wrong, if it needs to be the right side or it needs to be the left side or it needs to be the front, it needs to be the back. I can tell you what I do is I think typically most people are right-handed. So when you drink a bottle, you've got this side of the bottle that's going to be facing out. Your hands on the other side, your hands in the front, your hands in the back. So the way I like to orient my designs is going to be, if I'm right-handed, open face out to my left-hand side, I'm going to put that logo down this side. That way when I'm drinking, logo is showing. It's kind of like they do in all the Coke commercials and the Sprite commercials, and when somebody's drinking whatever brand of whatever it is, they make sure, that logo is showing. We're going to do the same thing with our products. So that's the first thing. So there's a couple of different ways you can do that. What I like to do is I actually keep little pieces of tape just right here on the side of my laser. I'm going to show you right quick. There we go. Light burn shortcuts pasted here, and I just keep little pieces of tape and I reuse them right there. And I'll just put them at the home point, the center point for my design. So that's the way I like to do it. Other ways that I have done is you can just mark with a pencil. So you can take and mark like that, and then you got to clean the tumbler when you get done anyway. So that's pretty much just gonna wipe off. Or you could also use like a dry erase marker. So if you have dry erase marker, you can mark that. Easily going to wipe off when you get done. Any of those methods is effective, but I would say just standardize your process. Make sure you mark it in the same place every time. Keep the proper orientation. And again, right, wrong, or indifferent, I try to do it to the open face side of where a right-handed person, you'd be able to see the logo. So that's one tip right there. The other thing is, I know a lot of people are running the pie burn Rotary, and I'm going to zoom in on that real quick. All right, so we're here. We've got the pie burn Rotary that's set up, everything lined up, ready to go. And when you run one of these rotaries, the tough part about engraving these tumblers, this is a JDS 32-ounce tumbler, is that the threads here, they don't grip up really well, for one thing. And the other thing is that the threads are a different diameter than the rest of the tumbler. So it's not even cylinder all the way around, so it's just tapered down there. So I think a lot of people, I'll just show you the problem though. So when you put it here, you can see it's not really even. If you drop one end down of the pie burn, you're still not going to have great results there. And then you still got issues where you're probably going to end up with some slipping on these front wheels here. So that can be a problem. I have heard, I've never tried it, but I've heard that a lot of people will actually turn the tumbler around or the bottle around this way and put this side here and this side there. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I haven't tried that. One thing that I have tried is an adapter ring. And what you do is you just take this adapter ring. It's got an inside diameter that fits perfectly on the threads. And this is a 3D printed item, and it's printed from, I can't remember, it's not PLA. I'll put it down in the comments, but it's a different material that is more like a rubbery type material. So it doesn't thread on, it just presses on. But because it presses on and it's rubbery, it grips, and it's got a little bit of a give to it. Not too much, but it's a little spongy. So what that does though is it takes, and it's the same diameter as the bottle. So then now you've got a cylinder from end to end that is all the same diameter, same circumference. So when we put that onto the pie burn, works out pretty good because now we've got an even cylinder from end to end and we can level it out really well. The other thing is about this, because it is a bit rubbery, it does a good job at gripping against these O-rings that are on the wheels down here. So that works out really, really well. So a couple of key things, as you can see, you got the grip attachment, and also, not sure if you can see it on the camera or not, but I do have a piece of tape that is orienting my up position to be positioned properly on the tumbler. Alright guys, so we're back inside. Bottle is complete. You can still see I've got the rotary adapter on and the piece of tape that I put there for the orientation. Haven't cleaned it up yet, so it doesn't really shine yet, but you can see Coach Kevin should be a happy man when he gets this in his hand. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the top, and I'm going to show you how the alignment turned out. So lid on, and now we're aligned on this side. That way when a right-handed person, hopefully Kevin is right-handed, takes a drink, good to go. Logo right here. And again, perfect alignment, no issues on the rotary, thanks to a rotary adapter ring, and then also tape, masking tape, or just a pencil to align it. And again, go ahead and just take the time to be a perfectionist and make sure that your logo is aligned properly, especially if you're going to do a batch of these. That way they're all the same. That way when they're given out, like usually, especially if it's like a coach thing or a work thing, you know, they're all going to be sitting out on the table and they're going to be side by side, and just having that kind of symmetry and standardization across it is just really going to help the presentation for the customer. It's going to make them come back. So again, take the time to get your alignment done properly. If today's video brought you any kind of value, it would help me out a lot if you would like the video, subscribe to the video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me out tremendously. It really does. The other thing is, if you are interested in these rings that really will make your life a lot easier if you're doing these bottles, I sell these in my Etsy shop, so I'll drop a link down in the description. And again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.